Happy Fragrant Friday, Fraghead. Hey everybody, this has Ben here at That Cologne Guy, coming at you with another review. How are you doing? I hope you are doing well, my friends. This one is Guess Seductive Homme Noir, and this is another body spray. In the previous episode, which I just did a couple minutes ago, I reviewed Match Point by Lacoste, and that is a deodorant spray, and this one is called a deodorizing body spray. So again, I don't know if there's a difference. If there is, you can help me out. I have a feeling like that's just the English translation from the French in this case, but I wanted to point that out. So this is a week of body sprays. I really enjoyed rocking this one during the day. And then, you know what this one's perfect for? This one, of course, a romantic night out, but really it's great when in the summer. I really enjoyed, or for anybody who showers at night, really. In the summer when you're working outside, it's in you take a shower to end the day. And then you get ready for for bed. This one is a perfect complement to that. Actually, I really enjoyed wearing this one at night and after taking a shower, after a long day outside, working on the yard, etc., etc. So I just wanted to point that out. So this one is another 2019 release, and this one is by the nose Jérôme Epicette. I have reviewed his work before, and you definitely get in the top. You definitely get nutmeg and black pepper, some grapefruit, but for me it was more nutmeg and black pepper. You get some orange blossom, which you guys know I'm a big fan of, and then you really get the big players in the base, which is tonka bean and sandalwood. So this one is definitely a sexy fragrance, and it is a 1 million-esque. I'm not going to say a copy, but it is along the lines of it's in the same vein as 1 Million by Paco Rabanne. So this one is a very pleasant surprise, actually. So for those of you who'd say, I would never buy something from Target or a department store or a cheapie, it perhaps isn't the most original, but it smells divine. It smells wonderful. I was really happy with Match Point, and I'm just as happy, maybe even happier with this one. Both pleasant surprises and both very, very inexpensive. So if you watch these fragrance videos and you're always looking at these guys that have and gals that have huge collections, and they're not necessarily sponsored, so they bought most of these bottles for $200-300 a pop, and you're thinking there's no way I could pull that off. You can still smell great at a very, very cheap price, and that is of course right up my alley in speaking my language. So those are the notes. This is another one that's going to be a 90-10 in terms of gender. This is a very masculine release, and I see this working, on a man's skin better. So I'm going to say 90-10, meaning 90% of the people who own it, wanted it, it's their signature scent, will be men, and 10% will be women. This, just like Match Point, I think a lot of women will be buying this for their man. They complement each other well, because this is definitely the night version. This is something you would not associate with the office, and you would associate with a romantic night out. So that's the event. Clearly, when you're in the mood for love, when love is in the air, you would bust this out. Or maybe love is in the air because you are wearing this fragrance. So that'll be the event. Season would be more fall winter, but this is one that could be pulled off every day. This could be a daily driver for you, but I would associate it more with the fall and the winter. And of course I said at night. So now let's get to age. Age would be anything. I don't think this is another one, that you're going to associate perhaps with a younger crowd. Maybe, I mean, it's got some sandalwood. I don't see this really as high school. I would say like 22 and up, maybe college. So why don't we say 18 and up on the age, but really it's going to be any age whatsoever. This one is just a very, very masculine. See, the reason why it's going to be popular is because it has, the sandalwood, and it has it's an amber, right? Yeah, it is an amber fougere. So, it's got the tonka bean and sandalwood, but then it's also got the grapefruit and the orange blossom and the nutmeg, and so they're going to combine into something that is just it's fruity, it's sweet, not fruity, it's sweet, but it's also distinctly masculine, and it's not too sweet by any stretch of the imagination. And I absolutely love that combination. In fact, I prefer the sweet ones. Most people do not. I love the sweet ones. Like I love Uomo by Salvatore Ferragamo. The one that smells like tiramisu. That one is just, perfect for me. So this one was a home run. And so there's nothing really I can do in my system of 5, but give this a 5 out of 5 sprays, because, man, this one was a big surprise. It's not that I didn't like Guess Seductive Homme Blue. I did like it, but that one is clearly for the middle schoolers and the high schoolers, whereas this one could be really any age at all. And as I said, I particularly enjoyed wearing it, for if you have an outdoor job, where you're, or let's say you're in Arizona or New Mexico, where it's just, hot all the time. And let's say you work in Phoenix. How's that? That's specific. If you work in Phoenix and you have an outdoor job and you go to work, you're just, sweating buckets all day long, and you're in the heat, and you like to come home, and then you shower, put on some sweatpants, whatever. This would be is perfect to kind of put that on at the end of the day, or if you want to go out on a as I said, on a romantic date. So this one is going to be quite popular indeed. In fact, I haven't tried all the Guess Seductive series, but I have a sneaky suspicion that this would end up being my favorite one. It'd be hard to imagine something even better. Really, the only thing you can say about it that you don't like is that it's probably a little too close to Paco Rabanne's 1 million. I'm okay with that. It is a department store version, so it's like, half or even better than the price. So I'm going to give this a 5 out of 5. I really, really liked it a lot, much more than I ever thought I would. And I can't quite give it the TCG bonus spray of 6 out of 5, only because I feel like, again, it's probably a little too close to Paco Rabanne's 1 million. They're probably trying to cash in on the grapefruit wave, where all these fragrances started putting in grapefruit after Creed, actually. But the point is that it is sweet, and it is masculine, and it is going to garner a lot of compliments, and it will be popular, and it would definitely be a good choice for a woman buying, especially, let's say a guy doesn't have any. I like to talk about this a lot because a lot of my subscribers don't have a huge collection. So this would be another one that's perfect for the guy in your life that doesn't have any fragrances at all, or maybe just one, and you want him to send a subtle hint for his birthday or something, to wear something out, something romantic. This would be a fantastic choice because it's not going to break the bank, and that way if he doesn't like it at all, then you're really not out that much. It'd be hard to imagine someone not liking this. If they didn't like it, they probably just don't like fragrance at all. So 5 out of 5 sprays. I'm not going to do it because it's an actual body spray. I usually spray on me, but that's not going to happen. So again, match point, Lacoste, Guess Seductive Homme Noir. Really enjoyed both of these. 5 out of 5 sprays for this guy. Have you worn it? What do you think of the Guess Seductive series? And if you don't have anything to say about this fragrance, what is your scent of the day? And any other questions you may have for me. Otherwise, always remember, my friends, fragrance marks the celebration of today. Take care, everybody. Okay, so welcome to the bonus feature of Guess Seductive Homme Noir. And this one is like the previous episode, it's of match point by Lacoste. It's always difficult to talk about projection, longevity, and sillage with body sprays. In fact, maybe in terms of longevity, some people feel like you don't even really need to, or projection perhaps, you don't even need to talk about it because it should be something incredibly close to your skin. Obviously, it's a body spray. But I wanted to go ahead and at least try, so that's why I put this in bonus feature. In terms of longevity, longevity was quite good, and I would call this a 4 to 6 hour in terms of how long you'd be able to smell it on yourself, on the body. 4 to 6 hours is very good for a body spray. In terms of projection, I just put this on a little while ago, and the room still smells of it. And so, it projects quite well, at least initially. So I'm going to say for me that it'll be an arm's length away for the first half hour. And then for the next hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours, it would project enough, especially if it's on your clothes, if you sprayed on your clothes, it would project enough that someone else could pick that up near you. Now, if that doesn't sound like a long time, keep in mind, though, that this is a body spray, not a cologne. So you're not going to really, it's not going to project too much. I'm very happy with that, actually. And then the third would be sillage, walking past people, coming in and out of rooms. This would be another one that would be for about the first, maybe the first hour. I could see someone picking this up, maybe even hour and a half if you haven't been outside at all, and you also sprayed a little bit on the outside on your clothes. I could see it making it to about the hour and a half mark in terms of sillage. Leaving a scent trail. That's really good for a body spray, though, and so I'm super happy with that. And obviously, a body spray suggests being in close quarters, and so you don't want it to be projecting too much anyway. So I find it to be just perfect. Again, this was a great daytime one, and then this one was the perfect nighttime complement to it. It's sexy, it's romantic, it's distinctly masculine. Again, really the only thing would be it's probably a little too close to Paco Rabanne's 1 million, but most of us really don't care. So that's projection, longevity, and sillage. I just wanted to add that just in case you wanted to know. Definitely not a substitute full on for deodorant. But other than that, man, all signs point to fantastic when it comes to longevity, projection, and sillage for this one. One reason why I gave it a 5 out of 5 spray in my system. Take care and have a great week. I'll see you next Friday.